Bragging rights. It's not a trophy you can put on your shelf or a ring you can slip on your finger, but they might be more valuable than both. There is a skill set that comes with operating one of these go-karts. They go anywhere from 60 to 80 miles an hour, and as you can see, there are no seat belts. While QU football players will be returning to a new and improved locker room right here on campus, there's still the looming possibility that they return to a football season with a limited number of fans in the stands. While there is much to learn here at the September Jam, safety remains top of mind because of the COVID-19 global pandemic. All coaches are asked to wear a mask. All participants are asked to bring their own ball. Now, normally you would see many golfers practicing here on the putting green, but the Restore Illinois plan capped the capacity at just 50%. I'm here at Monroe City High School, and joining with me is the basketball head coach, Brock Idris. Coach, as you can see, it's loud behind us. You guys are in practice. Just what can we expect this year from the Monroe City basketball team? You came off of a big postseason run, made it all the way in the end to the championship game, the Final Four. Just what are you excited about this year's team?
Well, I know our kids are excited to get back in the gym.
Now, WGEM Sports on the Tri-States News Leader.
In the sports world, a head coach usually has just one team they are responsible for, but that's not the case at one high school in Northeast Missouri.
5 minutes, and I want to take it to him. All right, let's go. Together on three. 1, 2, 3.
Together!
Third-year coach Reed Plunkett is not your typical basketball head coach. He coaches both the girls and boys basketball teams at his alma mater, Marion County High School in Philadelphia, Missouri. And he's just 25 years old. Initially signed on to coach just the boys, Plunkett took over the girls' job after a situation in the family.
Originally, my sister, Randy Clayton, was coaching the girls' team. And she did a good job her first year here. But she had a kid and then quickly got pregnant with a second kid and just kind of set me down and talked to me like, hey, Reed, I'm just not going to be able to do this. So administration talked to me, and I agreed to coach both. I just love being around kids, so it's a good fit for me. Olivia and Tristan, come here. Come here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're on the side again. Tristan's, make sure D knows, get up.
Coach Plunkett's players say his young age makes him relatable.
Another one. Sniper. 2 for 2.
It's definitely different because most coaches that you see are quite a bit older than their team, but I think being fresh out of college, he played basketball in college, I think it really keeps it fresh in his mind too, and he's got just a lot of experience and he's bringing it right into us.
Win or lose, every time Plunkett's teams take the floor, they compete. And players say a lot of that is because of his encouraging.
Hey, keep shooting it. You're going to find it. We're over here talking like, man, we got to get Madison going.
And calming personality.
You're going to find it. And more than anything, we try to relate basketball to life because, these kids are going to play basketball for the next couple of years, and then they're going to go on and be adults and, hopefully have good careers and raise a family. And we want them to look back at their experience playing basketball and the lessons they learned from that to make them better just members of society.
Coach Reed Plunkett says he staggers out the practices of both of his teams by having the boys practice in the morning before school while the girls practice in the evening after school. Plunkett was quick to credit his wife, Stephanie, because without her, he wouldn't be able to handle the double duties. One of the Tri-State's most decorated high school wrestlers is in the midst of his final campaign on the mats at PHS during this ongoing COVID-19 global pandemic. And unfortunately, Ross Arch is also nursing a tough injury as well. The Panther senior has recently been diagnosed with a sports hernia. He sustained the injury during the Orange and Black's football season that saw the Panthers come within one victory of a berth in the Class II state title game.
I just have a few torn muscles down by my groin hip area, but some days it affects Russ more than others.
Although Ross returned to action on the mats this past Monday and picked up a win over an opponent from Hannibal High, Ross knows he's far from being 100%.
Some days I feel about 50%, some days I feel about 90%, so it's just, you never know what you're going to get.
For some, it would have been quite understandable for the 2018 145-pound MHSAA state champion to take the year off because he's already committed to Northern Illinois University. Most could say that the future Husky has nothing left to prove, but Ross, being the ultra competitor that he's been throughout his prep wrestling career, he doesn't see it that way at all.
Our team's got all the potential in the world this year, so I knew if I had stayed in there, it's just another piece of the puzzle that could help us win state this year, and I think our chances are pretty high this year, so I'd like to be part of that.
As Ross Arch continues working his way back from injury for a final run on the mats, the question lies, what does the future hold for the 152-pounder?
I'd like to win an individual and a team title this year. I'd hope to be a national champion someday, and I'm just glad to be a part of a big program.
Reporting in Palmyra, Missouri, Richard Denson, WGEM Sports.